Welcome to the fourth premarital counseling. Today's theme is boundaries. Last week was about communication and also love language. How was
Love language.
anything after the session? Anything related to communication?
Striving to approach and communicate. Since wala kayo na anad kayo na anad in communication. The communication is very important in the relationship.
Yeah. I can see really you are trying to really communicate with people. Ba? Yeah, like I try to talk and start conversation if that I really see it. What was your love language? I forgot.
Quality time.
Quality time, no?
Quality
Ah,
time.
yeah. Then second is word.
Physical.
Physical. Yeah, the word.
Word affirmation.
Then service. Yeah, how was this one? Let's talk about this first. What I value most. Okay. So George's one is leadership, truth, wisdom. Honesty, what? Honesty, leadership, truth, wisdom. Vivian is affection, honesty, purity, freedom. Can you talk about it a bit? Explain Sagamay.
I value affection because for me it's a need bitaw for not just somebody but all people ba. The next is honesty. I value that most, especially when it comes to relationship. For me it's really important because even God ba, He wanted that bitaw. Honesty. Then freedom, I value it most because I cannot imagine a world without freedom. Then purity. For me, it affects the soul ba of a person. Purity, not just in
your spirit. Everything.
In all sides. It's not just purity before marriage, but anything about purity. And I read this, that the word genuine ba also come into my mind.
How about George?
So leadership is in the school. I am a leader in my group mates, and they are so happy if I am a leader in the group. Also in ministry, my disciple. Also very patient. My leadership. And next is honesty. I value the most to do the will of the Lord. Next is truth. Kamato. This truth. I value the most truth and wisdom.
You value wisdom like Solomon, no? Wisdom. Yeah, it's good to know everybody's like that, no? Everybody has different culture, different background, like a different value inside it. And different value, different worldview, different image of things. Like, then individuals have different culture, but different world actually inside. Some things are okay to change like that. But if it's core value, it's difficult to change. Even how much it like you try to adjust. It's really difficult because it's really common. And Myers-Briggs was a little bit similar bitaw. I'm surprised na. And you are ENFJ. You are ESFP. Kind of close, no? It's where you get the energy. If you are both E, I think it's nice, like, because you both like to have people and you can enjoy together. But sensing and maybe when you see things differently, maybe there'll be difference. S and N. In instinct type in intuition, and S is based on the fact or like based on data, because like this I see, I heard, like that, so I like that. But in N type is like you just use sixth sense, you just know it without reason, something like that. Both of you are feeler, not thinker, emotion based, deciding things, what you feel. And J and P might be a bit conflicted. J is kind of organized and step by step.
And J,
Yeah, and if there's a change, J people kind of suffer because J people know this is the goal, so step by step prepare. But if suddenly change, it's really difficult for J people to accept the change. But P people open the possibility really until the last minute, so that there might be better way, like that. There might be better opportunity coming, so I don't do it until last minute. That's the Piva. That's why they are okay, flexible to change or something like that. Personality type and what they bring to a team. George, gift to be given to a team, makes friends easily, expressive and affectionate, throwing parties. Find it easy to accept people as they are. And challenges in a team context, may be impulsive, attracted to fads, people pleasing tendencies, people pleasing, like I try to please people, may avoid conflict. Is that true? Ikaw, ENFJ. Ability to influence others. Bring out the best in people. Personal and interpersonal insight. Enjoy challenge and change. You think so? Challenges in a team context. Sometimes expect too much from relationships. May become overly involved in people's problems. May not pay attention to critical details. Doubt. The bottom lines of this Myers-Briggs test is we are unique, created by God. Behavior is an expression of type preference, not caused by it. There is no normal, average, better, or worse personality type. Yeah, just different. You cannot have a preference for both, but you can value both sides. Maybe your tendency is a bit like this or a bit like this, but you can also know that both are valuable like that. You can choose to use our non-preferred side also. For example, it's just naturally I use right hand, but it's okay to try to use left hand. It's more hard, but it doesn't mean that you can't use at all. Your personality type is never a justification for your behavior. Today's theme is boundaries. Boundary is, for example, if there is a house, one house is kinda no fence, like America ba. No fence, just open and green grass, and then house na lang. But sometimes in Philippines, there's a house, very high wall, like you cannot really see inside. So different people has different boundary with that. But everybody has boundary, and it's good to know each other's boundaries. Because sometimes without knowing, you can invade somebody's boundary and then it's very uncomfortable for others. For example, your time is your possession, and the way you give time for others for ministry, I think it's kind of very similar, you guys. Yeah, what you have is also your possession, like your things. For example, some people really don't want other people touch their things. In Japan, your phone, hardly ever nobody touch. Your phone is your personal thing in Japanese sense. So nobody really should touch. But in Philippines, not really like that. I was shocked, man. Like, the laptop is used by everybody. It never happened in Japan. It's like, wow. For example, house like that. Some Christians think that it's bad to say no. You should be kind and you should be loving. So some people come to your garden and then make a tent. They don't say anything. And some strangers really build a house in their garden. They don't say anything. And the stranger comes inside the house. And they say like, welcome to our house. No boundary without. Something like that. Your stranger can go to maybe your garden, but not your house. And even if your guest can go inside your sala, but not in your bedroom. Like that without, there's a boundary for everything. But some people really don't know how to say no, how to say yes. And some people just make too much boundary and cannot open door for even the needed people. That's also a bad case. Before I really had the boundary problem and I couldn't say no. It was really bad because I become really burned out because of that. If you don't say no, people don't know where is your boundary. And just they try ba. Then okay that day I then like for example, Bian, please do this. And if you don't say no, Bian is okay, yeah, and more like that. But
I
if you
think he's like that. He don't know how to say no.
yeah, maybe you think you can do it, man. You're capable, man. But it become like for people like unclear ba. Where is your boundary?
Unclear, and some may use it back to advantage take advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, all the Bhutan people are like that.
Bhutan.
But you should say no, man. It's okay to say no.
Yeah, of course.
So that people know, okay, this is your boundary. Yeah, it will make your life really messy, but if you cannot make a boundary. Galatians 6 also tells us about it. Galatians 6:2 says, carry each other's burdens, and in this way you will fulfill the law of Christ. Then verse 6 says, 5 days. For each one should carry their own load. So it's so interesting, but the 2 says you should carry each other's burden. Carry each other's burden. But 5 say each one should carry their own load. This is a good example of boundary. The verse 2, the burden, the word burden here in the Greek is bare. It means very big burden that people cannot really carry too much burden. That's a big one. If it's like that, you help each other to carry. So that you love and help each other go on. But 5:1 is kanang daily bag daw. Bag that you carry. Your bag na. You always carry. So you have things that you should do by yourself. But there are things that you need to help. Some people get confused like kanang even your own road. Oh, my husband has to carry. Why he doesn't carry? It's not true. It's not good. You have to do your own things, right? You have your own ministry. You have your own role. You have your own responsibility. But some people think that people has to help me with that, like that. But it's not like that. And also, even if some other opposite example is somebody is really carry heavy burden, so heavy that it's so tiring, so hard, and then you say like it's your burden, it's not my responsibility, like that. It's not good also. For example, if you get married, you may be also like there are tendency that you get loose about it, like you become more dependent or like more like loosen up because you are so close na each other. If you are family ba, you don't feel like you have to be good, you have to be proper like that. You are still relaxed, ba? And if you get married, it happens sometimes. Like I don't do that, but he will forgive me. Like that with that mindset, bah. It's okay. She's my wife, manga. Like you're not strict to yourself, bah. You're depending like a baby, bah. It will be stress for the other person. For example, I always burn cooking, you know. I always forget the fire and I always burn cooking. And then Junjun is really forgiving about all my mistakes. If I burn and then like that, then Junjun is like, okay. Then if my mindset is like, it's okay naman. Nobody is angry na. And I keep doing that. It's bad bitaw. But if I like not loosen up, but kinda I said, oh, he forgave me. I really have to be careful next time. That it's better bitaw. For example, I don't wake up na, like I wake up very late, then nobody complain. Okay, I do that every day. That's bad bitaw. But if you are forgiven, so you want to kinda be strict to yourself again, that's better.
But tendency people will do like what you do.
Yeah. Let's change a bit topic, like what will change if you get married. There's tendency for men. In Japan, there's a saying like, you don't feed the fish that you already caught. Like, you already caught na fish, so you don't give food ba. You already get na wife na. Your loved one is already yours, so you are so secure and not worried ba. So like just relax and like treat her as if an heir. And like you don't take care, you don't take time, you don't look at her, you don't talk to her, for example, but you don't kinda have priority anymore. Like because wife is already there. You don't need so much effort like that. Then wife feels so kinda disappointed, so betrayed. Because wife's need is to be appreciated, to be loved, to be kinda cared. It's really need without deep need without. But men become too relaxed sometimes. That's a tendency about men when they get married. So what do you think? What is your solution?
Solution is to do extra effort.
Extra effort, no. Yes. For husband, even you assume that wife is okay. Actually, you better ask, are you okay today? How was your day? Like, you talk, what is your feeling now? And when you come home, better really have a mindset that you haven't finished your work. You have work in the house. For example, men work outside so much now, then you want to go home and relax without. That's why some lalaki, it's like go home now and then they don't talk because they horot now, they are speaking already very tired and they just go home. I want to sleep like that. And the wife is like, I wanted to talk about this, and I want to hear what's his day. But he is like, I want to watch TV.
And to sleep.
It's not good. So you have to have mindset that when I go home, I have a work to do. It is to have time with the wife. At least 5 minutes. Better 1 hour. And the women's case is, I am the good example that if you get married, you might not be beautiful. Sometimes like no effort or no time really for yourself without serving husband, kids, and ministry, and you have really no more kind of interest to your beauty. I'm like that. And the husband might feel betrayed without. What a lie! It was lie. You are so beautiful. No? It might be really betrayal for him without. And you are so busy with kids, like a wife become mother na. Where's my girl? Where's my love? She became mama. And actually, mother's way of thinking was, I'm so tired with the taking care of kids. Why don't you help? But husband is like, I'm jealous. I want to be kid also.
No way.
That happens when you get married. You want your wife to attention to you,
Yeah.
but wife want help.
You say baby.
So better help so that your wife will have time for you. A wife should sometimes abandon the kids and then focus on children, focus on the banana.
Not abandon. Why abandon?
You feel like abandoned like, if you don't take care of them. So what is your solution in that case?
The same with what you said. Help the wife so that
The solution.
Yeah, that's a bit.
I mean, I agree. Help the wife so that she can do what you want.
Mm-mm. And the best solution is really like even you have a need and want from wife, but even if wife cannot feel your kind need, you should say it's okay. And you also, even husband cannot help or cannot feel your need, deepest need, you should say it's okay. And just focus on what you can give and you can do to other. How can you help? How can you care their needs? Because if you are focusing what you wanted others to do for you, it will be very frustrating sometimes. Because people cannot really meet your need. And they are, for example, if also you are very couple, you're very, very stressed. Like, it's really difficult to meet each other's need without. For example, you wanted to be comforted. I'm so hurt. Vivian, give me some comforting words. But Vivian has different, very, very, very different situation, very hard. She cannot give what you like. But still, you can just be really mature back. Just stop longing for the comfort and just meet her need. For example, that's very mature thing. It's needed also.
Selfless.
Selfless, yeah. Die to yourself. Just focus what others need, what you can do for others. Yeah, but it's difficult. But anyway, a bit, raise your standard, keep your standard high for yourself, not for others. Set your standard high, not low. Yeah, let's have a free talk about anything you want to set the boundary or like a rule. I also made the little rules like over him like because Junjun likes to massage people before. When we get married, I said you cannot massage the women younger than me. I set the rule over him, but actually it's not good that I make his boundary like that. It's him to make his own boundary. If I set like that, it's like just restricting him, and it's that doesn't work actually. The boundary should be yourself, man. Your boundary, man. It's not
you don't
about
set boundaries for others.
But for example, you can say like, my boundary is to wash your clothes, but I don't wash the clothes really, really, really muddy. That's my boundary. You can say like that. It's not setting boundary to him. It's your boundary that you will wash his clothes, but not real muddy one. For example, then you will know, okay, if it gets really muddy, I have to wash by myself. It's okay to say like that, those making boundaries.
Boundaries.
But
What are my boundaries?
There's another pastor that really committed that never have any other woman beside the car.
Wow.
Never. And he told about it to everyone. And just make your own boundary a little bit high like that ba. Anything else? Any comments?
Boundaries. First time know the boundaries.
Mm.
A lot of family lack of boundaries. So
And proper boundary for your family also. Sometimes ministry really consume your time and everything, and your family has less and less property. You can have some exclusive as family, like going out as family, like that. It's
Yeah.
needed, Vita. Anything, any comment?
Comment. I just understand the importance of boundaries between husband and wife ba. Yeah. Because the more we are getting close to that person ba, we just think like, anyway, like that. But she's my kuan, anyway, he's my kuan.
Love is it's also polite man, no? Like not rude. Even how close you are, still like be polite and respectful. Love is patient, love is kind. It does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices the truth. Always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Let's pray.
Father, we pray for your name, Jesus Christ, our Savior.